Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Indiana Overtime. Alex McCarthy, Seth Tao here at Assembly Hall, where I think Indiana's now won 24 games in a row. They beat Houston Baptist tonight, 103-61. Basically, what everyone expected them to do. Houston Baptist comes in as a somewhat decent offensive team,
I'm sorry.
but a team that had given up a lot of points a lot of times. And Indiana really started heating up as the game went along. They started out pretty slow. Both teams were shooting under 30% at the first media timeout. It was not pretty.
The first half was ugly basketball.
Yeah, and then Indiana started making shots, but especially it was making shots in the second half. They shot darn close to 70% after halftime, led by James Blackman, who was 4 for 7 after halftime. Ended up with a team high, game high, 18 points. Just kind of his usual output. But a lot of people really stood out tonight for Indiana.
Yeah, Blackman was the most efficient shooter tonight, but he's never really the most efficient shooter.
Yeah.
But Johnson's been scoring more lately. He put up 16 tonight. Juwan Morgan had another strong game, 13. His streak ended. He was up to 14 consecutive made baskets, which is believed to be a school record. But he missed one in the second half. Missed a three-pointer in the second half. So that came to an end, but still an impressive run. He's still playing very good basketball.
Yeah, he is, and he got the start tonight as OG Anunoby apparently is medically cleared, but
he was dressed and warming up.
Yeah, but not enough to. I mean, they just didn't need him against Houston Baptist. I mean, Tom Crean isn't going to say that, but I'm sure that's what it is. They just want to make
There's no sense in
precautions. Yeah. Morgan got the start tonight, and like you said, he was excellent once again. Kind of did a little bit of everything. 4 for 5 from the floor, so that one miss that he had to break the streak was his only miss of the night.
7 rebounds.
Yeah, just doing a little bit of everything. Robert Johnson, there was a great quote from Houston Baptist's head coach about he was saying that Johnson doesn't get the headlines, he doesn't get the hype that Bryant or Anunoby or Blackman or whatever get, but he called Rob Johnson the silent killer, or he said that he silently kills you or something like that, which is that's exactly right about Rob Johnson. You don't even realize it, but he scores 16 points.
Yeah, and we were talking about this a little bit during the game that Johnson's been scoring more lately, and the role that we previously saw Rob Johnson, we're starting to see Josh Newkirk fill a little bit. He does a little bit of everything too.
Yeah. 3 assists for Newkirk tonight, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and again, I mean, he's not going to shoot very much. He was 3 for 5 tonight. He's not going to shoot in great volume, but he's making the shots that he's taking,
and he's a very good facilitator for
Indiana. Yeah, and he's just like you said, he's kind of playing that role that we expected him to play, where he's not lighting up the score or anything like that, but he's pretty decent, and he's running the offense just about as well as you can really expect him to do. A big thing, just some shenanigans of this is what happens when you
Houston Baptist
trap us in Assembly Hall for an entire night. A couple of our respected colleagues in the background there cracking up. But one of the main takeaways from this game, I would say, for Indiana, obviously, is they only committed 12 turnovers, which is a vast improvement from the 18 that they had 6 days ago against Southeast Missouri State.
Tom Crean was not happy about.
He was not
about that.
He had a very brief response to a question that Seth asked about the turnovers, which obviously he's not going to be happy about that. Indiana was very. They were not playing very loose with the ball, obviously. I think in the first half they only had 5 turnovers, and were just really controlling the pace of the game, really just controlled all aspects of the game after the first couple minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Indiana was in control for the entire. I mean, Houston Baptist scored the first few buckets of this game, and Indiana was still in control literally the entire game.
Yeah. They outscored Houston Baptist 61-34 in the second half. Just boat raced them after halftime. 37 points off the bench for Indiana. Devontae Green and Curtis Jones combined for 19 quietly.
And the crazy thing is that they scored all this and really didn't get that much of a contribution from Thomas Bryant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, scoring-wise at least. This is the second game in a row that Bryant has taken only 2 shots from the floor. Second game in a row, he's made only 1 shot from the floor. But he's
getting to the line.
Yeah, he was 7 for 8 from
9 points.
Yeah, 7 for 8 from the line, 13 rebounds, which ties a career high, 4 blocks. So he really is doing everything. And it's not like he's not touching the ball ever. He's not really taking that many shots. So I'm sure Indiana would like to see him take 7 or 8 shots a game or more, but he's contributing and playing pretty decently.
I also kind of think that he tends to play better when OG's in there. Also, I think it's hard for defenses to focus on Anunoby and Bryant, and without OG out there for these past few games, they've been able to focus more on limiting Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, and they've been doing that. Bryant hasn't really been scoring too much, at least not from the field, as we said. But another week before Indiana's next game, they're on basically a college football schedule at this point, due to final exams and just kind of the end of the semester. It's kind of how it always shakes out. But a week from today, I think 5 p.m. in Indianapolis, they'll be playing Butler, which is currently 16th in the AP poll. They're probably going to drop after losing to Indiana State the other day, but should still be a ranked team.
They did beat a ranked Cincinnati today.
Yeah. So it should still be a ranked team when Indiana plays them next weekend. It's obviously a very good team, very talented team. So that's going to be fun. I will be there. Ed and I will be there. Seth will be home in Maryland. So
I'll still be watching.
Right. This is the last you'll see of him for a couple weeks, probably. So soak it in while you can. But this is that's about all we have to say about this game tonight. 103-61, Indiana wins. Basically what they were supposed to do. So stay tuned for next week. Crossroads Classic is always fun. Always a pretty cool event. So looking forward to that. But for now, Seth Tao, Alex McCarthy. We will see you later, and have a good rest of your weekend and week.